Rastafari. Greetings, brothers and sisters. This is your Wyndham, Ross John, Ross Johannes. And as you know, today is Babylon's Xmas, which I and I as Rastafari have nothing to do with or anything a part of. And I would like to discuss something that shows I and I faith, and I and I faith is in Eli Rastafari and his Christos, the father of the Moshiach, Yeshua HaMoshiach, and who all worthy praise is due to. Now, this is excuse me, brothers and sisters. This is something a brethren of mine sent me last week, and I just got around to reading it recently. And this is about how His Majesty put a decree in 1944 regarding missionary work from outside nations, mainly the so-called white Gentile Christian missionaries that come. And as you've seen, growing up, you would see them in Africa, see them trying to preach their own form of Christianity, enforce their agenda for their own purpose on many others. Well, in this right here decree, His Majesty shows that he was by no means a puppet to any Western nation, but he was a man that defended Ethiopian truth, sovereignty, and righteousness. And this here shows that how His Majesty did not want European missionaries trying to convert Ethiopians who were Christian and try to change Christianity, that which Ethiopia was a Christian nation way before the Goyim and Gentiles of Europe were even Christian, because Ethiopia was Christian at the first century, and that was because of the Enoch who went to Jerusalem and was meeting Queen Candace. He under Queen Candace, excuse me, and he was going to Jerusalem to pray and to learn more about this Messiah. And the Apostle Philip baptized them and helped them to understand who Yeshua HaMoshiach was. So Ethiopia was baptized as a Christian nation way before Rome, Greece, England, France, the United States were even Christian or even knew about the risen Christ. So here again, this shows how His Majesty was curbing outside Gentile attempts to eradicate the true Christianity of this King of Kings to a white Gentile Christianity that you see now in apostate Ethiopia, because this was still holy Ethiopia under the King of Kings. So here we go. Conquering line of the tribe of Judah, Haile Selassie, the elect of God, Emperor of Ethiopia. And hold on 1 second, brothers and sisters. My pen fell. And this is the decree. Where else it is the necessary to define clearly the policy to be persuaded toward missions as to effect the closest possible collaboration between the government and missions, and where else it is the desire of the government that missions should not direct their activities toward converting Ethiopian nationals from their own form of Christianity, which has existed from the beginning of the Christian era, but rather that they should concentrate on non-Christian elements of the population, where else it is desirable that the beneficial effect of missionary enterprise should be as widespread as possible, where at the same time avoiding the overlapping in the same areas by missions of different denomination. Therefore, we publish and proclaim that attached regulations concerning missionary activities in our empire. Addis Ababa on this the 27th of August 1944, directly from the word of the Abba Janoi, Haile Selassie. So, he is saying that missionary could work, could be in Ethiopia, could talk the scriptures, could talk about the Bible, but no attempts. They were rules and regulations to what they could not do in Ethiopia. That they could not try to bring their so-called form of Christianity into holy Ethiopia, which was Christian way before they were. So His Majesty knew a lot of these missionary works were working for these churches and Rome and these like New World Order churches that you see now that change God's laws to their own laws, and he didn't want that in his empire. His Majesty, if you studied ancient Ethiopia of ancient royal Ethiopia, you see that they had the Black Moshiach, and there is His Majesty and Empress Menen, and this is what they worshipped in holy Ethiopia. The true Moshiach, the black Moshiach, not the white apostle-type Christianity that you see now in Ethiopia. This is what His Majesty did not want change, and if you study many of the Ethiopian pictures of Tawahedo and ancient Christianity in Ethiopia. The Christos was always a dreadlock Nadi roots man, and now they've changed that to the apostolate of white Caesar Borgia's European Christ, which has nothing to do with I, Lord and Savior, Black Moshiach, Jesus Christos. And again, His Majesty, and I will show in future videos how His Majesty curved a lot of these outside interference in Western, interference in Ethiopia. So again, brothers and sisters, give thanks and praise for watching. As you can see, the royal Ethiopians bowing to their Abba Janoi, Father, and Halei Selassie, and more to come. Jah guidance and protection.